Their prey was a population of stupid, absent-minded crane flies that zoomed and barged their way among the leaves. Their prey means these jackals were feeding the animals that were actually crane flies, and they were very absent-minded. Here the narrator says them stupid. They were very absent-minded, they were roaming, and they were flying very fast, traveling from here and there. Zoomed is actually move or travel very quickly. And when they were moving, jackals used to eat these flies. And barge, right, the meaning of the barge is rust or force, means this when these absent-minded flies were moving very quickly, very fast, jackals used to eat the flies. Their way among the leaves, moths of all sizes and shapes, moths stripped, tessellated, checked, spotted, and blotched that fluttered in soft clouds along the withered plaster, the beetles, rodent, and neatly clad as businessmen hurrying with portly efficiency about their night's work. Now it is again description of the other animals who were, you can say insects which were present on the wall. Moths, there were moths of all such different sizes, shapes. Some were stripped. Tessellated is decorated by repeated design, means decorated, spotted. Some creatures were on the wall and having different patches that moved from here and there in soft clouds along with withered plastic. That plaster was coming out from that. These moths were moving from here and there. There were beetles. Beetles were rodent, means they were large and plump, and they were neatly clad as dressed. They were neatly dressed as businessmen. They were looking, beetles were little bit decorative. They were looking smart. And hurrying with portly efficiency, they were showing that they are very hard working, they are very efficient. They were also moving on the wall about their night's work. Means at night time, these beetles were very active, very smartly dressed, and they were showing that they are very strong or smart, fast worker at night. When the last glowworm had, next creature is glowworm that has dragged his frosty emerald lantern to bed over the hills of moss, and the sun rose, the wall was taken over by the next set of inhabitants. Last creature was the worm, means it is glowworm. When it takes rest and it goes to hills of moss, the afterwards which animal comes, then the sun rose and the wall was taken over by the next set. Means again sun rises, and next set is the animals who are working at the daytime, who will come on the wall at the daytime. Here it was more difficult to differentiate between the prey and the predator. In the morning time or the daytime, it was very tough to find out which animal is the prey and which is the predator. For everything seemed to feed indiscriminately off everything, because it was very tough. Why it was tough? Because any animal, means any predator was eating the other animals, and there was a competition. Any animal can eat other animal. Any means there may be chance of any animal to be a prey of other animals, and it was very difficult to differentiate between which is the prey and which is the predator. Thus the hunting was searched out caterpillars and spiders. Hunting was what they were doing. They searched caterpillars and the spiders. The spider hunted for flies, and spider used to hunt flies. The dragonflies, big, brittle and hunting pink, fed off the spiders, and dragonflies used to feed the spiders and the flies. And the swift, light and multicolored wall lizards fed off everything. And the very swift, fast and flexible animal, that is the multicolored wall lizards. Lizards are present in the wall. They fed up, they used to eat of everything very fast because they are very flexible, they are active. Means now you can imagine the picture of a wall where there are so many creatures on the wall. They are eating some animals, and how active and they are very smart. Even in the rainy season, you can see on the wall when there are lizards and there are so many flies. These lizards used to feed on the insects or the flies very fast. Okay, come to next paragraph. But the shyest and the most self-effacing of the wall community were the most dangerous. Now the narrator tells about the main hero, you can say, or the most active creature of this chapter, but here he says shyest because Scorpio is the animal which hides itself, and Scorpion is hiding itself. It is the shyest and most self-effacing of the wall community were most dangerous. They were dangerous, they were shyest, they were hiding under the wall. You hardly ever saw one unless you looked for it. It's very tough to see unless you search for it. And yet there must have been several hundred leaving the cracks of the wall. Actually, scorpions are not openly coming out. They were hiding under the walls. They were very proud, you can say, or they were also shy. They were not showing their quality, but they are very dangerous. You can say most dangerous animal or the creature of the wall. And there were not only one scorpion, there were so many, several hundred living in the cracks of the wall. Slide a knife blade carefully under a piece of the loose plaster and lever it gently away from the brick, and there, crouching beneath it, would be a little black scorpion an inch long, looking as though he were made out of polished chocolate. Now, our narrator explains this in a funny way. If you want to see, have a look of this self-effacing animal, shyest creature which is present on the wall, you just slide a knife with using a knife blade, lift the plaster, piece of the loose plaster, lift it up, and you can see that there is crouching, means sitting one creature is sitting on the wall below the plaster, and it is a little black scorpion, and the size is 1 inch long, and it is looking as though it is made up of polished chocolate. It is looking beautiful and of chocolate color, or it is black, you can say polished chocolate. They were weird looking things with their flattened oval bodies, their neat crooked legs, the enormous crab-like claws, bulbous and neatly jointed as armor, and tail like a string of brown beads ending in a string like a rose thorn. Now the structure of scorpion is described by the narrator. Then this animal was looking something supernatural. It has a flattened body, oval body, and its legs were bent, their neat legs, and it was bent legs, and it has crab-like claws, and the body is little bit fat, and it has neatly jointed as armor. It has a little bit protective covering, and the tail its tail is just like the string of brown beads. Brown beads are joined together. Its tail is beautiful, and it a sting like a rose thorn. Its sting is like a rose thorn. Means description of the scorpion is given. The scorpion would lie there quite quietly as he examined him, only raising his tail in an almost apologetic gesture of warning if you breathe too hard on him. Means if you look at this scorpio, if you want to check this, then it will slightly move his tail only, and it will move its tail in a little bit different style, apologetic gesture of warning. Means it is giving you a warning that it is alive. If you kept him in a sun too long, he would simply turn his back on you and walk away. If you keep this scorpion in hot sun, it will turn away again. It will give you a warning and will return back, move away, and then slide slowly but firmly under another section of plaster. If you try to keep this scorpion outside in the hot sun, it will move away and it will hide itself again under the in the section of plaster means it will creep from that place to other place.